Hi, this is Dawnafe Whitesinger, Navajo County Supervisor for District 5, and today I'm here with Navajo County Connection, and we have a special guest from the Navajo County Public Fiduciary's Office. And Pam, can you introduce yourself?
I'm Pam Phillips. I'm the Navajo County Public Fiduciary, so I'm also the director of our little agency.
Great. Well, we're happy to have you. How did you start with the county?
I first started in collections, court collections, and I did that for about 6 months, and then a civil paralegal position opened up in the county attorney's office, and I've been doing paralegal work for a while, so I got that position, and 90% of what I did was for the public fiduciary. I drafted all their pleadings, and I did all the Title 36 mental health petitions, so, and then I was there for several years, and then I transitioned into the public fiduciary's office as the estate manager.
You had a long background in helping you to be the director and have the information that you need to do that well. What is the public fiduciary's office?
We are basically, well, every county has a public fiduciary. The Arizona was very foresightful in instituting this because most states don't have a public fiduciary. So every county has a public fiduciary, and what we do is we are court-appointed guardian and conservator for indigent and incapacitated people. That's very simplistic. So that's the bulk of our job, is that. We also do the indigent burial program for the county, and we also are payee for probably about 30 individuals that aren't able to handle their Social Security monies but don't necessarily need a guardian or conservator at this point. So,
are these individuals who just don't have family who are able to help them?
Correct.
Yeah.
Usually we are the last resort. So if there's no family or friends able or willing, or aren't under investigation for exploitation, because we get some of those, then we will get a referral that asks us to become somebody's guardian and conservator. So then it goes through an investigative process on our end, and then if we decide that this person is really incapacitated and has met all the criteria for incapacitation, and that it does look like they need some assistance, then we file a petition with the court. And then if the court accepts the petition on a temporary or emergency basis, then they appoint a court investigator and an attorney for the person for whom we're trying to be guardian and conservator. And then it goes through that stage, and then if there isn't any objection, then we're appointed.
Oh, it sounds very, you really have to have a servant's heart to be in your position,
Yes.
in the position of those who work with you.
Yes.
Dedicated to being able to watch over the well-being of other individuals. That takes a great deal of commitment and care. How many people work for the fiduciary's office?
We're small. We have 6 people. We have myself, and then I have an assistant director that's also the case manager and does gets all the petitions ready for the county attorney to file. And then there's 2 other case managers, an estate manager that handles all the real and personal property, and then our accountant. So out of the 5 people there, the 6 people there, 5 of us need to be licensed. The accountant doesn't, and currently we have 2 licensed fiduciaries, myself and my assistant director. And then the other 3 are trainees, because it takes about 3 years to get licensed before the state will license you. They want to make sure that you know what you're doing, that you understand everything, that you're under supervision for those first 3 years, that you're doing everything right. And it's good for us, because then we can find out if somebody's really cut out to do this, because it's very, you have to have a lot of compassion and empathy. That's probably the most important thing if you're going to do this. And if somebody doesn't have that, then they might not necessarily be good at this. So
I could see that. I think that you have to have care and compassion outside of yourself. So what are some of the challenges? You named some of them, in a sense, or one of them, that, it's such an important characteristic to have compassion. But I know that there are probably limitations in just living in a rural community.
Well, Yes, that's probably the biggest challenge is up here. We just don't have the resources that necessarily would have like in Pima County or Maricopa County or even Coconino County. We only have a few skilled nursing facilities up here, one in Winslow and then the two Havens, and that's it. But as far as assisted living, there's just like maybe a half a dozen that are local. So, and then as far as seriously mentally ill patients or wards, it's very limited. They either live independently or some people can live in some SMI housing that is provided by their REVA, which is the Regional Mental Health Agency, which is Change Point. So if they have some housing available and the people are able to live semi-independently, and then they can live there. And then there's only one group home up here for SMI people, and that's only for men. So we end up sending a lot of our people out of county. A lot of our people with dementia and behaviors, there are no elderly dementia behavioral units up here. There are some that will take some, but if they're really serious, they have to go out of county. And a lot of our seriously mentally ill are out of county in group homes. So, yeah, it's a challenge. And then just trying to find resources, that's our biggest challenge all the time, is finding resources for our people so that they can get services that they need.
Trying to make all the pieces fit and getting the right connection. So how many people do you serve? 30 people, is that right?
No, we have about 30 payees, and then under guardianship we have about 110. So
that's quite a...
And then some probates. So
yeah, that's quite a, when you think of the three of you who are certified and the others who are working on it. Two of you that are certified.
Yeah.
That's a hefty workload in
Right.
making sure that everybody gets what they need. So on an average for one individual, is that just kind of ensuring that they're receiving the right medication and their bills are being paid or they're getting mental health care, those kinds of things? Okay.
Right. So we basically act as a parent is to a child. So depending on, and it's kind of changed over the years, but so we try to make sure that our people have a say in what they want and where they want to live and how they want to live. And if it's within reason and we think it's prudent and it's not unsafe, we try to involve them in the decision-making process. So we have to provide housing. We have to find housing for people. We have to, if they want to go to school or they want educational, programs, we try to make that available. If they want to work, we try to get them involved in work programs if that's possible. And those are rare instances because we also have a huge developmentally disabled population up here too, and we're guardian for. We probably have about 20 that are developmentally disabled. So we're working with DES with those people as well. So, it's just making sure they have a safe place to live, that their needs are met, that they don't, within the boundaries of what their income is, that all their needs are met, and that's basically what we do. Yeah. So we are the decision makers, basically. So that's also a struggle sometimes for our people because they don't, we're kind of taking away some basic civil rights from people, and that ability to manage those things where they might have been able to in the past, that's hard for people to give up sometimes and relinquish that to us. So
I could see.
It's a dance.
Yeah. I could see it's very delicate, and I think, listening to you and knowing your service work over the years and being passionate about serving community and the individuals that you work with, what continues, just thinking about your own personal perspective, what helps you to continue to do the work and be serving our community all of these years?
Honestly, I think it's just what I was always meant to be. It's what I studied in school a long time ago, but I didn't go into the field then. And I think I didn't because I didn't have that life experience and maturity. It was like right out of college. And so just my life experience, having parents that are elderly that are transitioning into, from independent living to assisted living to memory care, all those things have just make me want to stay doing this. I really feel like there are so many people that fall between the cracks, and that our county is so fortunate because we're small and we don't have nearly the caseload that some of the bigger counties have, that we can actually make a difference in our people's lives and make sure that they're getting what they need. Navajo County is so supportive of what you do, of what we do, and I just think we're blessed up there to have the support behind us, because I look at other counties and they just don't have like what we have here, even though it's mandated.
Right.
But just the sheer numbers alone in other counties makes it hard for them to be of assistance to their people, and I think that we can make that difference in their lives. Because we get all kinds. We get veterans, we get elderly people, we get young people we get developmentally disabled. Our caseload is so varied that if you don't have some life experience and have a want to serve, that it will be really hard to be able to serve everybody that you have on your caseload. So, but.
Well, you are so humble, because, when I think of characteristics, that you certainly have a compassionate heart, that you have the mindset and dedication to be able to serve. Sometimes, it becomes very difficult. I know that I have family members or friends who are dealing with family members who have dementia, and just I guess the work that it takes to continually be caring every day and having that compassion. And so working with over 100 people to continue to have that care and compassion takes a lot of, it's beyond work. And so we're so grateful that you're able to do that for us and to serve our community.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And I will say, we have the best team. The best. We were really fortunate to get, when we had to hire, that we got new people in there that just are amazing. We couldn't do it without them, and we team everything. So if it's a difficult case, because you cannot come up with a solution on your own. You may think you can, but you can't, and you really need to, if you're going to have some critical thinking about, what am I going to do here? How am I going to solve this problem? And we just all get together and we just talk about it and throw stuff out there, and it's amazing how I'm constantly amazed by the people in our office, how they can just, what about this? What about this? And I've been doing this for, working with the public fiduciary for 16 and a half years, and I'm just amazed by the inspiration and the thoughtfulness and the imagination and thinking outside the box that our crew can come up with. It's just, we're really lucky. I think we're just really fortunate to have the people that we have in there right now.
I think so too. I think, when we think of our organization as a whole, Navajo County, and how far we stretch, that we have a great deal of people who are so dedicated to service and ensuring that whatever part of their service is done well. And so I know that, in thinking about the Public Fiduciary's office, that we're grateful for all the individuals that work there. And before we wrap up, is there anything else that you would like to share?
Well, we get a lot of people with pets, so if anybody's ever looking for a goat or a sheep or a dog or a cat, just let us know. Because when our people, sometimes they transition and they can't take care of their pets, we're always looking for that. And also on the webpage, if you go to Navajo County webpage and you go to departments and you go to Public Fiduciary, there's a referral packet there. So if anybody knows of anybody in need and you think that they might need our services, that's the first place you can go. And you can call me. We need to update the page, but I'm always available to help people, and always available if there's family members that want to petition the court, not necessarily go through us, but we'll review packets, things like that, so we can answer some questions. We can't give legal advice, but we're happy to help the public if they're trying to do something for their loved ones on their own without having to seek our services. We can do that. But if they know of somebody that really does need us, that's where the referral packet comes in. There's two things that are we always need a lot of information on it, and there has to be a report a physician completed that's included that states that that person is incapacitated. That's the criteria of whether or not we can take that person. And incapacitation means many, many different things. It may mean not being able to make good sound financial decisions or good medical decisions, or maybe they have dementia, maybe they have poor cognition, or maybe they were living with a family member that has passed and now they need that support because that person's no longer there and there's no family to step in. So there's a lot of ways that we can help and help people in need. So we are last resort. So if there's nobody else that can help, then that's what we're here for. So,
well, we're so glad to meet you today, Pam, and
Thank you.
learn about the Public Fiduciary's Office and how you help our community. We're so grateful to be able to know that that's a part of our organization. And so if you are in need of any help, you can certainly reach out to their office and they will be more than happy to help you. Thank you for joining us today. Have a great Halloween.